Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Silent Run. It's been a busy week, but now it's the weekend. Finally can make some Zontant for you guys. And, very excitingly, the October newsletter I noticed just dropped, and I had a quick peek at the Necro Binder, which was just, finally we're getting some information about that. It's very exciting. I am really... It's safe to say I've never been more excited to do anything in a game than play Necro Binder, actually. I tend to not get excited very often. And so, I'm gonna be having a bit of a movie here for all my loyal followers who have not had some content in a few days. And then look forward to another video where I cover the news. So we clicked rare card here for 6 max health, a great option if you get one of the good cards. Apotheosis, Hand of Greed, arguably Master of Strategy, although it's clearly a step down from the other two. And we did get the big Hand of Greed here, so gonna be making money. Unfortunately, you drew it in the bottom 2 cards here, which means we're gonna reshuffle without it, so probably only get the one Hand of Greed this way. That's okay. And we already have such a fat attack, might as well take some poison, I'd say. Round it out a bit. It is Guardian, so it makes sense. And there's the Hog on turn 1 here. Get to kill the Gray Slime there. Take 3. So trading a bit of health for dealing huge damage and gaining money. Huge. These cards suck on this floor anyway, floor 2. Bane was like close, but the thing is you have to understand that you don't need it when you have Hand of Greed because you basically have Carnage in your deck. So there's no reason to take bad damage when you already have Carnage in your deck. I just didn't play Deadly Poison on purpose because I'm trying to Hand of Greed. And actually didn't draw, but I drew the enough block to live here, so, or not take damage here rather. Whiffed again, but next turn we always kill with Hand of Greed. Crank the Hog. Got there. Skewer's pickable, although possibly still unnecessary. We are still lacking damage overall. I don't take the Skewer, which is diabolical. Am I gonna call it a blunder? I don't know. And past me is just really convinced that the Hand of Greed is all we need. And I mean, obviously he had some point because we won, right? Oh, we get Attack Pot, that's probably something to do with it, and we find a Footwork, that's pretty good. Really good against Guardian. Really, really good against Guardian. In a Guardian act, I think Footwork is like the card that you want. And like one poison card. Unload. Or Heel Hook. Heel Hook causes... Heel Hook actually gains us an energy and draws a card, which is pretty good. But Unload dealing 14 is probably a bit too much. So this is obviously a seeded run. I knew that I would have the Attack Pot to find Unload and deal 14 more damage, and then kill this thing. We actually don't always kill next turn, that's concerning. So not going to block here, because we might give it strength for next turn if we do that. And that is happening. So even with the Attack Pot, we were not good here. Should have taken the Skewer. Should have taken the Skewer. That's for darn sure. But made it through, and we get Unseizing Top for our efforts, possibly the worst relic in this game. Actually, that's not true, because some relics are bad for you. Unseizing Top says, whenever your hand is empty on your turn, you'll draw a card. Boy, is it hard to empty your hand on your turn. And Orc Alchemist here, which will give us 6 block at the end of our turn if we have no block. Pretty unexciting here, considering we already have a Footwork in our deck. But, still fine. And we can afford Membership Card and Apotheosis. That's a pretty good shop, if I say so myself. There was a Snecko Skull here, which I may have considered if the store was less good. So we are doing the colorless deck here. Very exciting. I'm actually ripping the deadly over blocking. We do have Auric Alchem, that makes a lot of sense. So Auric Alchem, great in this fight. When once one of the sentries is dead, you're taking a maximum of 4 damage a turn, no matter what happens. That's pretty good. Do it again. So things are lining up for past me here. Now we can start playing 1 defend a turn, which will always block for 10, because we have 2 decks and all very defense. So as long as we can just find 1 defend, we'll never take damage again. And even if we whiff, we'll only take 4. And hopefully we can hog both of these guys. That would be cool. We should not get rid of strike. Okay. That would have been a little bit sus. Hog that guy. Getting to hog against the sentries is definitely very nice. Considering killing it, but I'm like, I could hog. More money, and we do have a membership card now, so every 25 gold is actually kind of like 50 gold now, which makes it really insane. And we find an Ali Smooth Stone, giving us 1 dexterity. That's really good, especially as the silence tend to always block with actual block cards, except for Wraith form type situations. And there's an Orrery here, and we have Apotheosis, so these are all upgraded cards. There's also a Gamble here and a Fumes, which I considered buying instead of the Orrery, because those are really good cards as well. So this is an insane shop. This is just a great deck for Fumes with the footwork already, like, just really, really good. It does make hogging a bit more awkward, but still good. Corpse Explosions here, that's going to be really good. There's a Bouncing Flask as well, but we might not need that anymore. Our deck's already a little bit thick. There's a second Footwork versus a Gamble. That's a bit tough. Gamble notably can mulligan your hand towards Apotheosis, which is really good. I take the Footwork. Footwork's really good. Skipping those cards, it seems. Not taking Bouncing Flask might seem a bit weird, but we already have so much girth. It's kind of like worse Corpse Explosion, really. Except for unusual situations like Sadistic Nature and whatnot. And card move, finally. I think even though Fumes and Gamble are good, I don't need them. Rather get a card out of my deck. We're already so strong. There's no need to get even stronger. Can do the long-term plan instead. This should be the easiest Lagavulin of all time, if I had to guess. We have Apotheosis in play and Footwork, and we're playing Silent. We have Poison cards, my god. And we have Well-Laid Plans. This poor Lagavulin. If I take damage here, I will eat my hat. I've done something horribly wrong if I take damage here. And the upgraded Neutralize, so it only hits for 15. And we're blocking for 15 with 1 defend. It's disgusting. The question is, can I hog here? And it looks like the poison's lining up nicely for that. Can press E, and we get to hog. So Lagavulin, a little bit easier than Knob here, for sure. And Captain's Wheel's here, giving us 18 block on turn 3. That's pretty good, although we prefer it on the earlier turns for sure, so Anchor or Horn Cleat would have been better. But definitely can't complain about Captain's Wheel, that's a good relic. Above average, at least. There's probably some weird rounding stuff. It's 11 instead of 13. That's a shame. Got a good split there. Unfortunately, 10 cards to go in this deck, so not finding the hog anytime soon. I should probably stop saying that. It is the actual, like, acronym for Hand of Greed, right? It just sounds so ugly, man. I'll call it greeting instead. That sounds funnier. Or, like, just better. Get to greed. And yeah, with this much dexterity, 7 dexterity. Doesn't matter if we're frailed, we're still blocking for 11 per defend. This is definitely the strongest I've been at blocking in Act 1, I think, like ever, probably. 2 footworks and apotheosis. That's crazy. And oddly smooth stone, by the way. And we get a hand of greed. And there's a catalyst. We do have corpse explosion and deadly poisons, so it's already pickable. Not amazing yet, but it's gonna be good against Guardian. That's for sure. And upgrade apotheosis finally. Get in here. Become God plus. Somehow even better than becoming God. And luckily, drawing 2 strikes here for exact split. Woof. We have some pretty good cards in there. Welly plans and apotheosis at the bottom is a bit tragic, it's gotta be said. Probably gonna play 1 footwork here. I mean, why wouldn't you? That would be insanely greedy not to do that. And here we still can't play. Oh, yes, we can. We have Piercing Wail. Piercing Wail, better than Defend Plus. Piercing Wail Plus. Better than Defend Plus. Against only 2 hits, even with 3 dexterity. So don't want to do the full damage here because we can leave it for a whole nother turn. And then the poison will always tick for free, but basically buying us 1 more full turn to do whatever we want. So now we can get Corpse Explosion Catalyst, do 1 billion damage. We're actually maybe not wanting to do that though because of Hand of Greed. So if we do too much damage with the poison, then it'll die before we can Hand of Greed. That'd be a bummer. I do it anyway. I was doing a little bit of math. I knew this would get to 63, which is 63, 126, and then it's at 19 health, and then we can BAM! So, past me was sitting there for a moment doing math. I actually did math. Please clap. Comment below how good I am at math. 20 health, not 19. Right. Past me figured it out. And Nightmare's here, sure. Nightmare on the Catalyst. That's pretty good. And 3 energy relics. Slaver's Collar is there, but I was just feeling so strong here. I was like, who cares what enemies are doing? Just give me 1 energy all the time for no downside. And we'll make it work. So it is a Runic Dome run, sadly. I really hate those, to be honest. But get to flex knowing what the enemies are doing a little bit. Turn 1, this enemy gains 35 block, I believe. Or is it 25? I should really know that. Oh my god, I think it's 35. And then it hits you for 11 and frails you, and then it does 22, and then it hits you for 11 and frails you. Or just 11, not frails you again. That'd be busted if it kept frailing you for 5. So we definitely want to kill this guy with poison because we got rid of the artifacts already. Unfortunately, no poison. Is there a poison card in my draw pile? I should be looking. Nope. Got rid of Catalyst. That's a bit strange. Nightmare is certainly not happening here. Maybe I am trying to Hand of Greed though. It's kind of crazy. Shouldn't have kept Hand of Greed. We were about to get 3. Doesn't matter though. So yeah, got the Hand of Greed. Didn't kill it with poison. Passed me in better touch with how strong we are, I guess. Dodge and roll plus. Sure. Other card a bit greedy for my liking. There is the Cursed Tome, and there is Necronomicon for this Hand of Greed, but that's unnecessary. 21 damage is a lot. Or is it? Yeah, it's 21 damage. It's 1, 2, 3, 15. I should really know that as well. I definitely know it. It's that. But then you doubt yourself when you're on the mic, you know? Goes down to 17 when you have a tungsten rod, though. It's a very cool relic, interacting with non-combat stuff. This is pretty concerning that I'm going for this hand greed as well. And I thought I had upgraded while I planned and I meant to keep the hand greed, but I dropped it by accident. That's a shame. Probably not going to be able to hand greed this thing now. Need to draw it right now. Huge. Never punished. There's a backflip. That's pretty good. Not going to think about that one for too long. Art of War is here, and we have essentially 600 gold. So, gonna be taking that. That's basically like almost free here. And we could just gain 5 energy now. And just play backflip, 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 and then eventually kill them with poison or hand greed. Hand greed is gonna be the only real attack in our deck at some point, and we don't have to play that until we're killing, or if at all. Just settling into a very comfy poison stuff kind of silent deck and block a lot. Could be getting hit for 24 or debuffed, we have no idea. Half the block. Yet again, could be getting hit for 24 or debuffed. No idea. Unfortunately got attacked. Now it's always debuffing on our Captain's Wheel turn. A bit awkward. Not a very good hand. Bully Plans is in there. That's a shame. I'm probably thinking I should have just gone Corpse Explosion Catalyst here now. It does die Dagger Throw though. Yeah. So it's fine. If Dagger Throw wasn't lethal, that would have been pretty awkward. Acro Snap Pick, easy. Into Slavers, a little bit spooky. For sure. Die is pretty good off the attack pot. Attack pot saving us or helping us a lot for the second time. And of course, our Piercing Whale, of course, insane here, blocking for 18, unupgraded. Once again, we are a Piercing Whale propaganda channel. It's countless times now. I like the implication that, like, you're seeing inarguable proof that it's good, and then I'm calling it propaganda. You know what I mean? Those 48, so actually this is... Oh, the middle one doesn't die here, but I have Auric Outcome, and it doesn't hit that hard, so it's fine. I'm trying to hog. I'm trying to hog, man. I don't have poison on it. I apologize. Please hold. Your call is very important to us. We did it! And we get a question card, which will give us 1 extra card award in card award screens. 1 extra card in card award screens, so we'll see 4 now. Did I mention what Art of War does? I'm gonna say it again just in case. Art of War gives us 1 energy if we did not play any attacks on the previous turn. I feel like I talked about it in a way that makes perfect sense, but I didn't actually say it, and I should have played Well Laid Plans there. Past me was unhappy that I think I thought that I played it because I really wanted to keep the Corpse Explosion. Now this is getting a little bit frosty. Oh, the Corpse Explosion wasn't even in my hand. What did I have in my hand that I wanted to keep so bad? but I should have played it anyway. I'm playing only one defend. Oh! That was ambitious. I wanted to obviously not make more dazed. But that did not work out. Now we get well-laid plans, we can play cards. We're not vulnerable, so it shouldn't hit us for 31 or whatever. Yeah, we're fine. Everything's fine, nobody panic. Decide not to go with the hog here. Just a little bit too sus defending and passing against this chosen with vulnerable on me. That would be pretty insane. And backflip again, really, really good. Gonna rest here. That was a pretty spooky sequence of fights there. We are going the Art of War path, so Ornamental Fan sucks. Ornamental Fan would give us 4 block whenever we play 3 attacks in 1 turn. And we're gonna be not doing that very often, especially as the run goes on. So I key it. Gotta be on the lookout for relics that are normally good, or at least like not usually keyable, being unusually bad in the given situation. Happens a lot with conditional relics. If you do a thing, get a good thing, because some decks can't do the thing, or at least don't do it very often. I'm blocking against Gremlin Leader because Gremlin Leader is terrifying and could be hitting us for 36 here, or 33, whatever. And now, yet again, could be hitting us for 48. So I'm blocking again. This is the life we live against Gremlin Leader. And it was hitting us for 48. Wow. Very unlikely with no minions alive, by the way. It's like I think it's a 25% chance, I believe. But something in my head is also saying it could be a 10% chance. I think it's 25% chance though. Keep the wiki. So now it's never hitting us. So I dodge and roll for next turn. I should keep Piercing Wail for sure, for sure. It's the minions and the triple attack. Now we can just do this. I don't even need to kill the minions, yeah. Passing figured it out. So this is blocking for 1 billion, this Piercing Wail. I mean, it's at least 8. I forgot the shield guy doesn't attack, but it would have blocked for 32 if Gremlin Leader hit us. But now this is very awkward because that means this is always hitting us now, this Gremlin Leader. So we have to kill it right now. So I might have to rip the duplication pot here. Do you guys have a favorite colorless card? I definitely am Apotheosis kind of guy, but I can see a Hand of Greed enjoyer. And there's like Transmutation. I had a Transmutation run with Chemex that was like, I can't call it my favorite, but boy is it fun, I guess, like once in a while. So I do the thing with the duplication pot, get out of here. And we get the Specimen. Unusually good here, I would say. Whenever an enemy dies with poison, it will transfer that poison to another random enemy. So it's unusually good with Corpse Explosion if there's enemies that wouldn't die, because then the poison goes to the other enemy. And it also means that if you have Catalyst, then you can, and there's multiple enemies, you can kill one of the things with the Catalyst, and then the other thing will get the poison and die next turn. Absolute nightmare, this fight. Not only hitting us for 27 on turn 1, but also frailing us. And we didn't draw any block on this turn. Thank God we drew Piercing Wail. Took no damage. Even without Auric Alchem would have taken no damage. That's pretty crazy. I'm gonna double the Corpse Explosion. I'm gonna play the Corpse Explosion because we have the block from the thing, and the Fungi Beast is always buffing here. I don't know why I copied this Corpse Explosion, I have to be honest. Seems a little bit ambitious. And I need to upgrade this Wally Plans. Even though we have Apotheosis, I keep trying this Wally Plans before the Apotheosis and happy to play it. And it's only retaining one card and it kind of sucks. Gonna have to fix that pretty quickly here. Gonna take 31 damage possibly. Nope, only 13. That was the leech attack. I feel like we've been in this Act 2 forever, man. Ouch! I didn't block for some reason. I was trying to save it for next turn just to make sure we had a thing to block. But then it died anyway to poison. I couldn't hand grade. Yikes. Take another Acro over a second Nightmare. That second Nightmare is very greedy. Don't want to be doing that. I draw as much as I can to find a good hand for Wally Plans. Take the block. Taking this fight very seriously. No Hand of Greed shenanigans in this one. Get me out of here, please. Double backflip and Force Explosion at the very bottom here. That's very sad. These cards are all trash. I wish there was a skip button. And every card we play is going to delay us further. This is the absolute nightmare. This is the chosen nightmare for sure. I actually am a little bit surprised we don't die right here. This is, whatever happens here, pass me cooked. That's all I can say. 17 health in this situation is dire. Very, very dire. Just have to pray. The captaincy is going to be huge next turn. I just go for it all. Gotta kill the cultist. Like, it's going to kill us so fast. Half the deadly poison. I mean, I don't play survivor. I'm hoping that it debuffs. Okay, it does the vulnerable hit, which is debuffing. Took a little bit of damage, but we had to save the defend because we might not have drawn enough block, like, in the near future. Perhaps that was wrong, though. There is Piercing Wail. 18 block, you guys. That's a lot. And we draw the Catalyst Plus. Then we get to Specimen. Considering not playing that, but I might get hit for whatever, 30? Is it exactly 30? Invulnerableness again. Could be hitting us really hard now. Actually made it through. Didn't even weaken us. And find a Speed Pot. Cards are pretty bad. Dodge and roll is there, but we already have one. Don't want too many of those. Piercing Wail, of course, these guys are always hitting you. Left guy hits you for 13 or less and then weakens you. Right guy always hits you for 14 or less and vulnerables you. I think middle guy hits you for 7, but then gains 1 strength every turn and gives you wounds. Whoever made this fight, I mean, very mean, is all I'll say. Very, very mean. This fight is like the fight. Where, like, when you understand how to win against this fight, when you understand what you have to do, the sacrifices you have to make to not die every time you find this fight, that's when you start winning a lot. This fight used to kill me every run when I was newer, like every single run. It's just so fast, man. It is so fast. It's like the things that are actually important. You can't just say this card is good, like, because you take a card because it's good against slavers. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how good it is. It's good because it's good against slavers. And you take a card because it's good against champ, and then you have like a bunch of random weird cards because they're good against like this one fight, and if you didn't have it, you would die. It's like electrodynamics as the defect is like, I think it's like top 3 cards for that character. Just one copy. because then, you know, Rectomancer and Gremlin Leader and Slavers are all like 100 times easier. And Act 2 Elite, or Act 4 Elite even, if you're doing the focus thing. And Piercing Wail is so insane. Like, some fights it's actually like worse than Defend. But because it's good in those fights, it's good, you know? And it's insane against the heart also, which is the most important fight possibly. Sometimes anyway. You would think of course it is, but if you never make it to the heart, then the heart fight wasn't important. So it could be getting hit by the collector, or it could just be hitting it for 14. Getting hit for 14. So definitely want to play Corpse Explosion. If we do get hit by collector, we will live, although it'll hurt. But if we don't get hit, we'll only take 2 and we'll apply Corpse Explosion. That's really good. Did not get hit, and now I have Captain's Wheel. If it does hit us, unfortunately didn't draw a backflip here. That's actually really bad. But have enough damage to kill, and then both minions die, so only take a bit yet again. And we did Nightmare Catalyst earlier, so gonna be able to kill it really fast. Nightmare on Catalyst, of course, is such an easy way to kill every boss in this game. Goodbye. Also found a Pantograph, by the way. That's what killed us for 25 when we walked into that fight, which got us a free upgrade, basically. And Adrenaline's here. Looks like I'm really eyeing that up. After Image would also be fine, but we're not playing that many cards, at least not yet. Adrenaline's pretty good. Now, little thought experiment for you guys. What do you click here? We have 2 footworks and Apotheosis, so defense are actually quite good here. Not going to be clicking on this Pandora's box. Pyramid seems obvious to me, in hindsight, right? Because it's Pyramid. But we do already have a Well-Laid Plans. Plus, I think. And, notably, if we have a full hand, it can be hard to get rid of cards in order to play Nightmare and actually generate the 3 cards into our hand. And we would have to play the strikes to get them out of our hand, which would break Art of War. So all of this makes me want to click Bell instead, which I just felt like gambling. There's a lot of rolls on this where it's worse than Pyramid for sure. So Ancient Tea-Set, absolute trash. That's a very unfortunate common. And Ninja Scroll, I actually don't even want to click on here, it seems, because again, it breaks Art of War and like doesn't do that much. So I actually don't even take our uncommon relic. That is not what you want to see from your calling though. And Ancient Tea-Set will give us 2 energy the first fight after we visit a campfire. So good in Act 4 against the Act 4 Elite, good against the boss of the Act. But those situations are so few and far between that the relic tends to be mediocre overall. And worth noting though, better on the Silent because of the Bag of Prep innate relic, of course. More cards to use that energy on is good. Find some poison. Neutralize Breaking Art of War is very sad. But it's a good card. Go for the Hand Greed here. It is weakened, so it shouldn't hit us too hard. Boom. And really good cards here. Another Acro Plus is here, a Piercing Wail is here, and a Leg Sweep Plus. A way to apply Weaken, and it's a nice girthy block card. Pretty good. And we find a random shop here that's very lucky with 850 gold. We also found an old coin, by the way, which I forgot to mention. Old coin giving us 300 gold. Basically 600 gold because of the membership card. And so I do buy Thread Needle, which will give us 4 plated armor, and the Lee's Waffle, healing us to full health and giving us 7 max health. Don't get it twisted. I don't think Waffle is that good that I'm buying it with only 7 missing health. It's just that we had essentially 1,600 gold there. So, relics, you know, you kind of just buy whatever like does anything for you at that point. And Strawberry Plus is fine. Certainly not a relic I'd be buying with less good economic situation. This is a bit unfortunate. This exploder has less health and everything, so it's not gonna die. Or it's not gonna kill the spikers, rather. They didn't attack anyway. All good. Just pass. It's dead. Grand finale is here. That would have been fun with the pyramid. Sadly, it is terrible here. I almost had a grand finale run. Didn't quite make it, unfortunately. One of these days, I'm gonna have a grand finale run. You just gotta stick around. Make sure you subscribe. I forgot about Unseason Top. It procs for the first time this run. And I drew Adrenaline. That's very sad. I am never beating the forgot about Unseason Top allegations. Every time I have it, I forget about it. It's the only relic in the game I still forget about, like regularly. I'm really good at Orichalcum now. Stuff like this, Incense Burner, of course. Gotta be good at that. But I cannot for the life of me remember Unseason Top. It just happens so rarely. You never expect it to do anything. That when it does do something, you're like, oh, whoops. So, like, it's relics like that that balance the, like, get rarer relic for small downside whale bonus, though. Like, if you were getting Pocket Watch or Dead Branch or whatever every run, then you would just always click that. So I understand why it exists, but God, does it feel bad to click on that and get that relic. Like, it doesn't have to feel that bad, right? Boy, is it literally doing nothing for you. Prismatic Shard is here. I wanted to click on it, but I'm trying to win here, unfortunately. There's a gamble, gonna buy that. Finally, getting a gamble in this deck. We've had like 3 opportunities. Move a strike. Still have basically 800 gold, so I'm thinking, like, am I really not taking this Prismatic Shard with 800 gold? Oh, man. Honestly, that's kind of homophobic. I had all the money in the world to buy that, and I just didn't. My bad. Hopefully not getting hit for 45 here. That'd be a bummer. I Piercing Whale. I'm already full blocking multi-hit. I don't know why I did that. I don't agree with that. Now it's hitting for 33, or it's giving us fire. Now it's hitting for 21, or giving us burns. I said fire. Bro said fire. Skull emoji. That's pretty good. And we have Frozen Egg, upgrading all future powers we find. A little bit late for that, but if we find something pretty good, like a Wraith form or Fumes or whatever, we'll be happy we found it. Fine. Still a lot of unupgraded stuff. With Apotheosis, it matters a bit less, but specifically powers are what you would like to have upgraded with Apotheosis, because if you draw them before the Apotheosis, they go into play, and you can't draw it again, and you played it unupgraded. So you'd like those to be upgraded. he says without upgrading his footworks. Someone is tearing their hair out. I really don't think it's that important. For that card specifically. Well, he plans is being a bit of a bummer right now. I drew all the way for it. Please let me keep this Nightmare in my hand. I kind of need it really bad. So I can Nightmare Catalyst so I can win. This is the fight where we have to do that. Like with this deck anyway. I should have just played Catalyst instead of Acro there. I think I thought I had one more energy for some reason. Does this kill? I don't think so. It's hitting us really hard now. Did say 1, alright? I think 30 is full blocking this. It does 40 down to 30, right? Yeah, I could have played another Catalyst there. Didn't matter that anyway. But that's something to think about. Like, you can really math out how many turns you have and how much damage you're taking. We get a pair for 10 max health and a Mercury Hourglass, dealing 3 damage to all enemies at the start of each turn. Pretty unexciting. It's good in this fight. Kinda. I really would like to upgrade this Crippling Cloud. Unfortunate. So Repto always makes more dudes, and then you're getting hit for 9 by the daggers, and then on turn 2, the daggers that are still alive will attack you for 25 and die. Also, the daggers give you a wound when they hit you. The regular hit. Now they're doing 6 each because they're weakened. It's a whole thing. This turn is very scary. This might be the scariest turn in the entire game if you're unprepared. 100 damage. Here. Repto hits you for 34. The 2 daggers that are still alive hit you for 50. That's 84. It's actually 102. Is that right? No, Repto hits you for 32, not 34. So yes, it is 100. Getting hit for maybe a lot here. A lot is like 30 damage, actually. Ouch. Thank God we have Specimen here, honestly. I'm very happy that this poison is going from these minions onto the Reptomancer, so we can actually get out of this fight. Huge Piercing Wail, as per usual. I'm still killing the minions. Piercing Wail blocking for a lot here. Ouch. It wasn't the multi-hit, unfortunately. Had an Acro in my hand, I'm pretty sure. Questionable. Questionable. Really gotta find this Catalyst. I didn't play it yet, did I? Maybe I did if I'm not keeping Nightmare. I can't remember. I do. Just one is enough. Oh, I keep Panic Read as well. Huge. Preserved Insect is here, which will reduce the health of all enemies in elite rooms by 25%. Good in Act 4. Bit late though, unfortunately. And we yet again have essentially 1,000 gold here, so gonna buy the funnel, which will apply 4 poison to all enemies at the start of each fight. Nice way to strip artifacts or just get our poison going. And a lantern, which will give us 1 energy on turn 1, just shoring up our turn 1s as much as possible. We have so much money. No need to buy Omori though. No way we're finding curses at this point. And I did find escape plan as well. Huge piercing wheel. What else is new? Why are there so many fights that are either multi-hit or multi-enemies? It seems like an insane amount. I guess those fights are harder, huh? Not playing Crippling Cloud here, kind of insane. I wanted to find the adrenaline, I guess. Force Explosion also really good. I could be getting hit for... Ooh. Is that true? 56? Wow, that was a lot. Tactician's here. Gonna click on that probably. Got enough acros and other draw, probably. We could still use more acro though. We find another random shop. That's insane, by the way. Frozen Eye is here. That's kind of exciting. I normally don't buy the Frozen Eye, but it's here, and we have money. So now we can view our draw pile in the actual order it's in. That's very powerful effect. You can know when you're going to draw whatever. Escape plan will always hit a skill unless you are trolling or you just don't play it. Actually move a defend over the other cards. I like the attacks that I have, it seems. Card to upgrade. Could be like acro, to be honest. Maybe I just rest. Why am I not just resting, actually? I do have Pantograph, but like... might as well just be safe. We're overhealing by like, you know, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Math it. We're healing for 24 from that, right? So up to 59, then we overheal for 2. I do upgrade. Finally upgraded footwork. We should be fine. Crippling Cloud, great top deck. I tend to just look at like where are the really important cards like Apotheosis, Void Plans, and then think to myself, okay, like I need to, oh, this card's at the bottom, I gotta really lock in here because I need that card. This sort of thing. And then you have to see what your next like natural 5 draw is, and you have to see like if I have a backflip in my hand, where are my next 2 cards, etc., etc. All these little things can help quite a lot. So I see we have Apotheosis next turn. That's pretty good. And Adrenaline and Piercing Wheel, so this is going to be a good turn. There's Acro. We actually can hand of greed the cultists, so I might try to do that. It's a little greedy though. Would love to see if it's doing the multi-hit here or not. It could do it on turn 2 or 3, I believe. And then in the future it does it every 3rd turn. I do decide to disrupt the hand greed, so that dies, and the other minion dies. Not messing around with Wilkbird. It is multi-hitting, that's a bummer. That's okay though, we'd love to save the Piercing Wheel to reduce its strength when it phases anyway. I play the footwork. Piercing Wheel is reducing strength by 8, so that's perfect. I don't keep the Piercing Wheel. That's a little bit questionable, if I do say so myself. Drew it anyway, though, it's fine. And now with this Tactician, we can finally start popping off with these acros. Curse of the Bell being in the deck is a bit of a bummer. I think the Pyramid would have been pretty good here. I'm being honest. But I am saying this at the end of Act 3, and we saw it at the end of Act 2. It was a whole nother time. So just big chillin', waiting to set up a comfy number to Piercing Wail to reduce its strength. I don't want to play Catalyst because it'll die. Actually, I could play Catalyst. That'd be fine. Didn't think of that. Just Catalyst, then Piercing Wail. Oh, I didn't want to play Catalyst because it's a waste of Catalyst, though, of course. The obvious reasoning I use on every other run of this game. We're going to have to kill it on phase 2 as well. Playing Catalyst now, when it's already dying of poison and never killing us, is pretty stupid. Of course it is. And Piercing Wail. So it will lose all of its strength. It will die. It will cleanse all of its debuffs. One of those debuffs says gain 8 strength at the end of this turn. It keeps the strength minus. Goodbye strength. As far as I understand it, anyway. Leg Sweep's been pretty good. It lets us keep the enemy weakened while not having to break Art of War. That's pretty nice. Boom, boom, boom. That's a lot of poison. Goodbye. Could have definitely tried to hand greed here. I think we could have gotten away with that. Don't forget to check your draw pile, lad. Doesn't matter though, because we can't draw cards here. And playing Survivor over Dodge and Roll because I just want as much block this turn as possible. Didn't look at my draw pile though, so couldn't have possibly known that that was correct. Probably just ignoring and or forgetting about. There we go. Two more cards. Pretty good hand next turn. Can keep the Tactician here. We're not taking damage anyway. Yep, play Crippling Cloud. Sure. Upgrading it would have been pretty good, but what can you do? Now we find our Catalyst again, while blocking for a lot. Catalyst at the bottom is unfortunate. I'm thinking pretty hard here. I don't want to take damage. Overall, I mean, I've made a few mistakes, but this is one of my cleaner runs for sure. So far, anyway. Well, what are those, I was going to say inaccuracies. All over the place, I'm sure, but no blunders, really. Act 1 was the worst for sure. I got hard carried by Hand of Greed and I, like, didn't take that skewer. That was probably the dumbest thing I did this run. Skewer would actually be not terrible, like, in general, anyway. We want to kill something. Play a huge skewer. Dodge and roll seeming pretty good. Hitting 26 block next turn. That's pretty insane. So, with enough dexterity, dodge and roll becomes quite formidable. You're just gaining so much block a turn. And to thump, depausing dread. Not quite an hour yet. And another upgrade, possibly just another footwork. And we got one more shop with only a little bit of gold left. There's a Tingsha. That's very sad. We're gonna have to skip that one. You fool. You bought waffle instead of... No, we still wouldn't be able to afford it, even if we didn't buy waffle. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, if it had just gone differently, we didn't randomly find 2 shops. And this shop was the same somehow, which wouldn't be the case because of the way it's seated. Probably. Then, we could have had a Tingsha here. Because I'm buying Tingsha if I can afford it. I love it. No well-laid plans. So I'm either playing Catalyst right now or I'm waiting for a whole draw cycle. That's pretty bad. Piercing Well is going to be really good next turn. It's going to block for 40 damage. Or less, minus the 25% from the weaken, whatever it is. I draw a card because of reasons. I don't want a natural draw tactician. And then I forgot about unseizing top again, and I got rid of Apotheosis. Oh no. Oh. It's disgusting. It's absolutely revolting. What have I done? That's the biggest blunder of the run. I mean, like, it's literally at the point of like, should I stop picking up on seizing top? Genuinely. Like, the only time it does something is when I happen to empty my hand on a turn, forget about it, and then draw a card I don't want to draw. That's all it ever does. Do I just leave it on the ground if I see it? I might just do that. I definitely key it, but it was from an elite this time. And you can't not take the relic against, or with a whale bonus, unfortunately. You just get it. Apotheos is coming back. So I Corpse Explosion to the left guy. I believe it was to turn around, so I took 50% less damage from that guy. But that's a bit awkward, because now we kind of want to kill that guy. But do have specimens, so if we can kill the right guy, then it'll be fine. A bit weird using Corpse Explosion on both of them. It's not what you'd expect. Now we got a Cultist Pot, which is gonna power up all of our attacks. Ouch. Should have checked my draw pile, by the way. Did I just know? Am I omniscient? I have the Millennium Eye. Type beat. Almost there. I fear I am going as insane as someone in the Spire would be. Truly in the Spire. And we get a Blood Vial, giving us a whopping 2 health whenever we enter a fight. So now Pantograph will heal us for 7, and then Blood Vial will heal us for 0. An excellent pickup. Apotheos is on turn 1. Well-Laid Plans is coming up. This is looking pretty good. Power Pot before playing Apotheosis so we can upgrade the power. It's huge. Found a Footwork. That's pretty good. That's a great turn 1, and we're finding Piercing Wall on turn 2. Now the sad thing is, we don't know if it's multi-hitting or not. So if it is multi-hitting, we really want to play Piercing Wall here. If it's not, we don't. And we don't know, so of course it's good to Piercing Wall anyway because it blocks a little bit even against the big hit, and we had no other way to block. But now it's always doing the multi-hit, but this turn we have Captain's Wheel, so it kind of sucks. It's only hitting for 45 right now. 45, right? We are taking a little bit of damage. Maybe it's worth playing Piercing Wall anyway. Could draw into the backlip. Then that's wasting a Nightmare, which is pretty bad. We'd like to keep the Piercing Wall in our hands. Just gonna play it to block for like 5 or whatever. It seems so bad. I wouldn't play it in hindsight, whether or not I do. I took second Well-Laid Plans plus, by the way, just to make sure I find it earlier, I guess. Considering playing Gamble for sure. But I really want to keep the Catalyst. Really want to keep the Catalyst. Quite badly. We need to play this Catalyst fast. We need to Nightmare this Catalyst, and we need to play the Catalyst immediately. And this is going to be a bit awkward. We have to get through these artifacts, so we'd love to have a Fumes. Crippling Cloud will do it. Might even keep Neutralize here. Neutralize, Deflect? Nope. I would have kept Neutralize in hindsight as well. No way we're ever playing Gamble here, I don't think. Get rid of the artifacts, play 2 Catalysts, now it's at 200 poison. Block for enough. It is not weakened, so taking possibly 14 here. Nope. Now we're taking 14. I mean, we're taking 60. 4 times 15. If we were blocking for the same amount as last turn, then we'd be taking that much. You can just go... I just didn't want to take the 2 from the Beat of Death, of course, but play the Footwork first, of course. Then you play Backlip. I don't know why I'm thinking, to be honest. It's dead. Right? Just block for enough here, pass, 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 we win. I apologize for my behavior. I wanted to find Leg Sweep. I was counting cards so that I could weaken it. Now it's only hitting for 3 times 15, 45. And pass, pass. I love playing cards though. You know me. Card clickers, man. And we've done it. 1 hour, 5 minutes. A bit long for me, but I took my time and was rewarded for it. And it felt pretty good. Overall, a few mistakes here and there, but happy with how I played. It was pretty smooth sailing. Definitely some lucky stuff happening there, but also some unlucky stuff as well. If you're still here, how have you not subbed? How have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.